If you're 30 years old, this is for you, my guy. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, my name is Shannon, and I'm 30 years old. I run a marketing and management company, and it's January, as probably you're seeing this, it's January. And for last 2, 3 weeks, when the year started, I kept asking myself, what is it you want, Shannon? Like, what is it that you want? What type of business do you want to build? What type of life do you want to live? What type of um money do you want to make? And that part was very, very clear to me. The things that weren't as clear to me was these other elements. Because for, like I said, for almost like 5 years, me going after this one big dream, kind of like I let everything else fall. And ever since I stepped away from that marketing agency, it was hard to bounce back. And one of the biggest thing that I want to share on here, that came to mind is as I'm talking to my clients, right? Which, fun enough, usually they're like way older than me. When I talk to my clients and I hear their experiences, I hear what they want. One of the seasons that I realize that I'm in right now is that I'm in my rebuilding season. And I know for a lot of people, rebuilding or starting something new or something starting from scratch or just trying to pivot your life can be hard, right? And because we've been so familiar and so comfortable in the position that we are in, whether we are making money or not, whether we are healthy or not, whatever the situation that we are in right now, usually it's because we got too familiar with it, even if it means that we are in a bad situation. So here's like 3 things that I wrote down that I wanted to at least hear some of the thoughts that you may be going through as well. And the first one is that this shall pass. I think that is like one of the most beautiful quotes that I heard over the last, I'll say 30 days. This too shall pass. I think that's the first thing that I want you to realize. So whether you are in your 20s and you feel like, you are full of speed and you're playing your sport, you're playing football, you're playing basketball, you're playing whatever, that season won't last forever. Or if you are an starting entrepreneur, right? You're just starting your business like I was almost 8 years ago, and you're trying to ask yourself, like, where would that next client come from? Or like, where would my first client come from? Where would my next paycheck come from? I want to tell you that that season won't be forever. Or if you are right now in your business, right, and you feel depleted, you feel drained, you feel like there's no life more into this, everything, you start to feel resentment in what you've built, the clients that you're draining or the responsibility that um came with the business. I wanted to let you know that this will not stay forever. And because that leads me to the second point, which is going somewhere. And this is what I learned from my ex business partner, which is to this day one of my best friends. Direction is way more important than speed. And what does she mean with that? I want to tell you as well. Is that in the beginning, all we cared about was, oh, we need to hit a 7-figure mark. And like we need to build a 7-figure agency. We're like, we need to make money. But he said, Shannon, where you're going is way more important than how fast you're going. So if you are on a quest right now, if you are on a journey right now, it's literally like more important to knowing like where you're going instead of like how fast you're going. Once you know where you're going, press that gas pedal and like go. But until you don't know where you're going, the biggest thing that that you can search isn't the next big thing, is alignment. Like, where is your alignment coming from? What do you feel like you need to do? Or like, what is your gut feeling or your heart telling you? And I know some people say like, oh, don't follow your feeling, or don't follow your heart. Business doesn't have emotion, which is like true when you are in business. But when you're deciding in, okay, what direction do I want to go? What problems do I want to solve for people? What type of business do I want to work with? What type of clients do I want to work with? What type of individuals who I want to work with. The biggest thing is like find and search for alignment. Because once you have that, everything will flow. Every and everything will come when it need to come. And it will start getting into this like flow state. And that's why you'll see like these entrepreneurs and they do things and feel like very effortlessly just because they found their alignment and they're going and flow to their destination. And the last thing that I want to like sum up on, I think on this first video for you is that you're never going to start from zero, right? You're never going to start from zero, meaning that all of the expert, all of the expertise, all of the knowledge, all of the wisdoms that you gained over the last 20, 30 years up to this point, whenever you jump into like your next thing, you never will start from zero because all of the knowledge, all of the wisdoms, all the experience, all of the lessons that you've learned, you carry into your next endeavor. And I think that is like way more important. And it should give you a very like peace of mind that if you did what you did and you are good at what you do and you collect the skill set that you needed to collect from that journey, going to the next one will only amplify that. And I said this to one of my friends that runs a fitness offer. And he said like, oh, I want to pivot to something else. I'm tired of doing fitness, right? But in that process, right, we kind of went through all the things that he did learn and all the things that he mastered and became an expert in is getting clients, customer service, like customer experience, communication, getting good at sales, getting good at planning out a curriculum, um, marketing, holding the clients accountable, right? So all of these skills you can literally take and pull the marketing side, the customer service side, the sales side. You can take those and like deploy them into like a new vehicle and, run with it. So never feel like you have to stick to what you're doing right now just because you've been doing it for so long. It'll be easier to go to the next level, probably. But do you need to hold yourself hostage into this part just because you started some not too long? I don't think so. I don't believe that. So yeah, that's like kind of what was on my mind. And I think it's a very good start of this channel that I'm building. Also, drop in the comment below if you are also in a building season like I am right now, building a new company, getting it back to seven figures with alignment. I'm curious, what season you are in right now? And if you are also in a building season like I am, what are you building right now? And see you on the next one. Take care.